Good morning guys, welcome back to yet another bow review, and today one of my favorite bows is a Cagan from Simsek, and this is a Tatar Cagan Short Plus. Plus means always, I think, that there is a leather on it. You can have it without, I guess. Let's see what we get. A bow, a sleeve, then included was this string holder and 2 strings, so points. Cagan Short Plus, one of my really from Simsek this is just, handle feels good. And again, the first version was here a little edgy, but they refined it, so now this is still edgy, but it's not, now it works, so no problem with the handle whatsoever. I mean, it wasn't a big problem before, but now it's really smooth and nice. The length is 49.2 inches unstrung. The string is 43.3 inches, the brace height is 6.7 inches. This is a 55 pound. It's written here, and the max draw is 28 to 30. The price of this bow, the short version is 375 euros, the long version or normal version is 425 euros. Then again, a replacement string is 15 euros, and you can have it again with these paintings. These 2 Ottoman versions, they are 150 euros, plus 3 Seljuk versions, they are 150 and 175 euros, and custom painting 225 euros. But you can check this on the website. I leave the link in the description. And now let's check what we have on the knock-to-knock side. 48.5 inches from knock to knock. Arrow pass is nice and narrow. So there, which one is top? I want to be on the top, yes. This one is the top. So how to determine which one is the top or the bottom one, I don't know, but there is the poundage written, so I assume that this one is then the top one, but that's me, I don't know. Arrow pass is 22 millimeters. Bow feels good, I like this bow. So we get 2 strings and a string holder. It's a bit windy, so we need to secure everything. So 30 inches max draw means we can shoot even the arrows they came with them. These wood arrows, the nice ones, with self nocks, wood nocks, short fletchings, and these nice tips. These are 450-ish grain, 55 pound at 28. I guess we would end up almost at 60 pounds in full draw. Then you know already the grain per pound. But we simply go from there. I prepared a few other arrows too. But I don't think that I have 600 grain arrows now. So let's see how easy this one is to string. 55 pound. Might be a bit demanding. But there's nothing. So even high poundages with these sturdy materials here. So here it's a bit flexing. Here it's nice flexing. Beautiful bow. Look, this is, you don't need more than this. It's nice and black. The leather is black, and the inside is this shiny black with this golden lining. It's really beautiful. So I have it the wrong side again. So this is the top part, I guess. But then you simply check, or I would check. So maybe the bow is, but the bow is completely even. So if there would be now one like this, slightly, then I would say this is the weak one, should be then the top one. But they are completely equal, so it's fine. And the build quality, nothing short than amazing. Brace height, where the arrow runs through, is 7 1/4. and we had 6.7, so maybe it will stretch a little and then it will get a little shorter, or they say 17 centimeters. Let's measure in centimeters then. Yeah, we are at 18, but it's fine, I guess, so it's fine. So handle feels good, bow feels good, nice. And as there are some critics that don't like my scale, it's simply a cheap luggage scale, so, and I hope it measures right. We had sometimes some confusing, I was simply too stupid to measure it. This bow is 395 grams on my scale, on my watch. 395. I did once a video and then it was 800 grams, of course it's stupid. It was my mistake. These bows are under 400 grams for what they are, just amazing. Let's see another center surfing is, yeah, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah, not completely. The center surfing in this direction would be nicer. So I shoot like this. Now let's see, 55 pounds. I didn't even warm my bolster. Oh, oh, my shoulder. Oh, nice, look at this. From here on you feel it. And it goes up. Oh, nice. But I think it's a little too much for me. Because now both my shoulders are ruined through a stupid thing. Me stupid sometimes, not always. Let's see. Yeah, cutter built in, not too loud. There is a little, this metallic sound, but we shoot now a few times and we see what it's doing. Yo, this is still one of my favorite. Let's start with my carbon arrows. They are, I think, 300 spine, right? They're 450 grain and 400 spine and 31 inches long, so they're a little too long. It's good when you ride it on your arrows. So the string is very thin, so my U-knocks don't knock. They don't click into place, so just so you know, you might need to prepare your strings. Oh, and this sound, like a kishik, nice. So maybe not for hunting. But for everything else, nice. Oh, the group, kind of. The arrows from Simsek, the wood arrows, they are 430, 40 grain, so they are not obviously weighted as accurately or as carbon, but they at least, they knock a little, that's nice. Yeah, and they fly nice. So with 440 grain and almost 60 pounds, but still nice. So you feel it a little in the hand, but nice, so no problem. Yes. And I have two 330 grain, they are way too long. Only to see what the lightweight is doing, and even standard knocks are not knocking. Oops. Tip loose. So they're a little underspined here. 600 spine is a little too weak, huh? Oh, strong. Nice. Really, really nice. Let's shoot the Buzo ring from Czak. This one feels better or different. Oh, I'm a bit shaky. And the bow needs a few shots more that it starts flexing. Oh, this ring is a little too... yeah, but where you point the arrow goes, so this bow has not a big learning curve, so this ring is a little too small today, it doesn't work. Aye. Let's go back to the leather thumb ring from Big here, Big India. but this one is a little too big today. So the arrows from Simsek. Jeez, it's windy. Look at this, a bit more lightweight to compensate. Yep, yeah, you get the feeling very quickly for this bow. Yep, oh, getting there. And just to see what they're doing, they're a bit underspined, so they might probably don't fly nice. 330 grain. Oh yeah, still working. A bit, you know, and then it works. Easy peasy. So this one, a few shots, you know directly what this bow is doing. Oh, this is, and look at this bow. And just a little explanation, I don't do a 4-stroke curve anymore, because you see here we have pegs at 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. With a high poundage, and with this scale, I can't check this scale. It is what it is. And then you simply sometimes in between, if you have to measure, let's say 29 inches and then 31. So it's not a rocket science, it's not the most precise thing I can do. I checked once, Freddy Archery was offering one of these aluminium stocks where you have a crank, and then you can really by millimeter check the weight, but he doesn't sell them anymore. So I asked Alibo if they can find one or make one. And if I have one, I will do 4-stroke curves again. Now I simply check quickly what the bow is doing at 28, but it's a Simsek bow. What will you expect other than the proper poundage, right? Good. So just to let you know what you get. So we zero this out. See, it's 0. And we go down to 28, see, and then it's already here, not so easy. This should be 28, right? Then we're at 53.8. Good, fine. We set this back to 0, obviously. Then we go to 30. And 30 should be roughly here, right? We are at 62.6. Tells you something, right? Don't need to do a 4-stroke curve then, because you can't do the maths. As we know it, this nice wood looking sears, which are not wood, I guess. Then you have these inserts here, which is nice. The string runs nice around there. The string pad as we know it. Nice leather on the back, the plus version. The shiny belly with this golden lining, really nice. Handle feels good. This bow is just beautiful, and out of the box it's just an amazing bow. Can't say anything else. For how thin it looks and how fragile it looks, it kicks 62 pounds at full draw. 450 grain, 62 pounds. Maybe not completely, maybe I don't reach 30 inches fully. We see what you get now. Yeah, I reached it, 193. Bow starts flexing now. 183, see, when you don't really, oops, max out. The draw, these knocks are not knocking, I told you already. 186 and 330 grain. To see some speed. Up to 133. Uh, 232. So this is what you get out of it with the 330 grain arrows out of a 62 pound bow. So we are roughly at 6 grain or something. And it's doable, so hand shock and stuff is not so much, and it doesn't feel like it couldn't handle it. Fine by me. 450 grain. I mean, this bow is a little demanding with your form, so you really need to get your form right, not like me. But then, wow. was not katra, and you feel it directly. So this bow likes to have a string twist and has some katra, then it flies properly and then you don't scratch up your bow. Even with the lightweight ones. They're a little underspined, but as long as you really get this arrow proper off the bow, it's not a big thing. A little, because it's underspined, but still works. Easy, nice. So end. It's still a little there, but it's not annoying. What this bow is doing, it forces you to be very disciplined when you shoot. Here sometimes you don't hold the bow properly, it doesn't work. So this one really makes you, and you even want to work on your form, work on the grip, that you really follow all these instructions and don't do some silly things because it's just not working. Other bows are more forgiving in this regards, but this one not. You saw in the slow motion how crappy I shot. But again, fun shooter. For me, simply a little too high poundage. But for the rest, look at this. Nice, it's really nice. Yeah, and once you focus really, then the last split of your draw, you really focus on where you want to shoot. And you line everything up, then it's working. So demanding but rewarding at the same time. So with this one you can grow together. Takes a few shots, it gives you nice feedback. Sometimes it doesn't when you don't hold the bow properly. So first learn that you hold this bow always in the same way. And then do your clean release, not like me. And then this bow is a charm, really a charm. So just don't shoot wood arrows short distance in hay bales when your technique is not okay, because you will break all your arrows. So you really need to learn a clean release, and for me it's simply when the bow is a tad too heavy, my release is still struggling, so that's why I can shoot this bow, but my form is not so good with when the poundage is a little too high. And when my shoulder already tells me to stop, then I'm, it's not. But it's not the bow, it's me. This bow is just nothing short, but awesome. And just like this, all this decoration is nice. I don't need it. For me, black is just fine. This is my John Wick bow, maybe coming soon. So I said again, here you get for the arrows a whole documentation. They are numbered, and then you see the grain. It's 431, 33, 36, 39, 41 in grams, and then the spine 710 to 780, 690, and then of course in the poundage it's 44 to 43, 40 pounds of straightness. It's really, really nice made. So Simsek, but we know them now. They do simply really nice things. And this bow, 375 euros. So, but what do we get? We get a bow, a string, another string, a sleeve, and a string holder. No documentation this time, so we have 5 points. 5 bow, string, sleeve, and extra string. Bow, string, string holder, sleeve. 8 points. Yeah, true. Well, I don't know. Even this is one now. It's a 55 pound. I mean, for some it's nothing. For me, it's done already. Step-through method and stuff like this. You really know what you're doing. But this bow simply works. Is totally straight. As you see, this is easy peasy to handle, even with the flex in the handle, and this, no problem to string this bow, no problem to set this bow up. It's straight, you don't have to check here and here. It's simply nice. That's why for the handling I give you 10. And of course you get another 10 points for the build. This bow is just, even the leather, how it's wrapped around, and then the transitions here from the leather to this gold lining and this shiny belly, and it's just a beautiful bow first of all, and it's very, very well made. So the build quality of this bow is just stunning. It's 10 points. The basic feel, handle could be for me bigger, but it's fine. So this is the only tricky part with this bow. You really need to figure that you hold this bow properly. Once you have this, don't change it anymore and stick with it, and then this bow works. So if you change here only the slightest thing, but you get used to it. So when you only shoot this bow, if I would only shoot this bow now with a set of matching, really matching arrows, after a week we would be so good friends, and then there would be completely no problem. But as I said, I always shoot different bows. Cheap excuse, I know that, but it is as it is. But for that I give you another 10. The draw experience, let's see again. So they say 28 to 30. Oh, pardon. So less time now. 28 is nice, 29, 30. But you saw what it does from 28 to 30. It goes from 45 to 62.5 pounds. So it goes up, but it's still reasonable. That's why. Where did I put my... Yeah. Draw experience is nice. So it's from the beginning. So from it's a little, and then from here you feel it, and then it really, and of course you get this force backwards too. So this is really a snappy bow, and you saw it with the speed. 10. Shooting experience, I need a bit with this bow, but that's me, and I think everybody will need a little time with this bow. It's a demanding bow, but it's worth it. So once you get this thing right, it's really rewarding, because this bow then really does what you want, but it takes a bit. So it's not the easiest to handle or to shoot, let's say. A small mistake on your side and you see it, so it's not the most forgiving, and for this I give it 9 points, even if I want to give 10, but it's really a little tricky with this bow, at least for me. Or in this poundage, if this would have 40 pounds, maybe it would be easier for me, but 60 pounds is just not working, and it's not even this shoulder, it's this which I damaged recently. 57, still pretty good. 375 euros. The long version is 425, and then as said, you can have all these decorations from 150 to 175 euros, or custom made 225. Then you end up with 600 euros. Then you have shipping, obviously, and customs, obviously, and then this bow is just already for what these bows are, in a kind of a premium section. But I completely have no problem, and I explained it in the last video. Of course, other bows will almost do the same, might have almost the same speed, but first of all, these optics you don't get on any other bow other than a real horn composite, but then they are not so thin, so fragile, they're thicker and whatever. So that's why, and for what this bow is, this is for me like a Leica, like I said last time. Of course you can get a Sony or a Fuji or whatever, they are all cheaper and do all the same. On some things maybe better, some things maybe not so good, but this is simply a feeling and an aesthetic you get with these bows, where other bows still struggle. So if you care about these things, this is the bow to go. And that's why you get 5 points for price value. And no problem to recommend this bow to anyone, only just not for a beginner. And make sure that you can draw the bow. As you see, it's labeled 55 pounds, and you think, oh, this bow is 55 pounds, but you draw the thumb release and you max draw this bow, and at 30 this bow has more than 60. So make sure that you're capable of pulling this bow properly. It doesn't make sense if your bow is too heavy, because even my technique is suffering. My technique is already not there yet, but is suffering when the poundage gets a little too high and something in my body doesn't want to do it. Then I shoot like crap. It's nothing to get trained there, that you build yourself up there, but I said I'm not there. So that's why if you order a bow, don't take it too high poundage. So don't think, okay, this is the only bow I will ever buy. It's not. You will buy more bows. It's this. But it's really a premium one, and when you have one of these, you don't want to put it out of your hand and you want to shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. That's all I can say. So, thank you very much, Family Simsek, for building these beautiful bows, for sending them to me. I'm always happy testing your bows, and now with the range you have for the kids and for the, you cover now all bases. It is a nice thing. Thank you very much, Family Simsek, and I thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. I'll catch you in the next one.